The Fibroscan, which we did yesterday, and was so not problematic. It was non-invasive, so simple. It was just one of the easiest things in the world. How much is a Fibroscan for an average consumer to perform?
So in the UK, you've got about 22 million people with fatty liver. In the US, it's about 100 million. Most people, 98% of them, probably don't know they have it. They've got symptoms of it, but they're not really related to it. It touches on what you said earlier, is most people don't know much about the liver, what it does, where it's located, how important it is. So being aware of that and kind of bringing that into your yearly lifestyle and your part of your annual checkup, getting it scanned. A blood test regard to liver will tell you, is it inflamed? Is it angry? What's going on? It can tell to a degree. It can't tell if it's fatty. It can tell a lot, but it can't tell everything. And what you need to do is you need to combine that with other blood, so cholesterol. Cholesterol is a derivative and controlled and synthesized by your liver. So
most of us have some sort of high cholesterol
Exactly.
issue in our blood test. So I'm sorry, I'm going to drill down a little.
Yeah.
The Fibroscan is about how much, do you think?
So in the UK, if you try to get it with the NHS,
Yeah.
there's about a 1 to 2 year wait list to get it done.
Wow.
Because of inefficiencies in the way that it's set up, the NHS spends about 700 to 1,000 pounds by the time you get a Fibroscan to get it done. If you would go to a private GP practice in the UK, it ranges between 300 to 600 to get a Fibroscan. In the US, it ranges between 200 to 1,000 depending on the clinic where it is. So there's the cost aspect of it, but what else is really important is making it readily available to people so that you can come into it. Just like why I was really drawn to Randox, and we formed this amazing relationship and partnership, is because Randox is bringing health and diagnostics to the forefront, to the high street. You can be walking down the road. You can, I want to see where my blood's at. I want to go in and get a discovery done, or I want to get my genes looked at. Or in the UK, we have one called the 150 package, 150 biomarkers on one blood test. If you wanted to do that with the NHS or with your doctor here, you'd be fighting with insurance. It would be this huge ordeal, and it's everybody's right to know where you're at.
Well, we have 3 of these Fibroscan machines now in clinics in the UK.
Correct.
And we're hoping to put one here in LA
Yep.
at 900 Wilshire. So what are the addresses of the 3 clinics in the UK, or what is the areas that someone could go and get a quick Fibroscan and get a discovery package? I think the price is even less in the UK. Do you know the addresses there?
So Randox is priced very competitively because at the end of the day, we're trying to get people looked at, diagnosed, and see where they're at with it as well. So the main location we went with is the Great Portland Street location, which is in central London. Also, we have one down in Canary Wharf, which is the business section, where where you've got a lot of bankers, people that have let's just say a richer lifestyle, more stressful lifestyle.
You can pop in over your lunch break.
There, your 60-70% of those men are going to have fatty liver disease. Now, if you think about it, if you're a banker, and some bankers are controlling billions of pounds or billions of dollars at any moment, if 60 to 70% of them have fatty liver, that means 60% of them are cognitively handicapped. What value is it for them to be able to know where they're at and then to take corrective measures to fix that? The other location is in Hollywood, Belfast, which is where Randox is originally from Belfast, Northern Ireland, and that's where the 3rd location is. In discussion to Randox, we're doing really cool, innovative things as far as going into a business and maybe going in and taking their bloods, taking their scans, going in and kind of a VIP service into a business so that the company's employees don't have to leave and go through the rigmarole of going to a clinic and getting referred and all this. You cut out all that noise and all that paperwork and red tape by just direct to the consumer, affordably.
And to your point, if I'm a business owner and I have my staff in brain fog and cognitively impaired, by even if it's a small percentage, I can get better performance with a small cost. So the Fibroscan now also is not invasive at all. It was just super, it took 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I just lay down and you patch it onto my liver and send some sound waves. And it was invented by a cheese.
There was this brilliant French engineer in Paris that specializes in this type of technology. And in France, obviously, the cheese industry is very, very important. And you've got these huge wheels of cheese that you need to know when they're ready to sell. But you have to break one open to find out how soft is it, how hard is it ready to go? And so he'd originally invented this technology to go, and what it does is it shoots a wave of sound through the cheese, and then ultrasound behind it, and it measures it with algorithms and computer technology to see whether it's ready to go. It wasn't very successful for cheese, but this technology was incredible and it was cutting edge. So Laurent, the founder and the chief technology officer for EcoSense, said, let's try to apply this for maybe health. And they looked at it, and the only organ that it works really well on is the liver. And because the liver is very soft, the softer your liver, the happier it is, the healthier it is.
Nice.
And so when you're hitting the liver with the sound and then measuring with the ultrasound, you're getting this wave. And then you can say, okay, it tells you how stiff is it? Is there high stiffness? Is there scarring? Is there signs of scarring? Is there liver fat? How much liver fat? So what generally would take an MRI or a biopsy, right? Very expensive, one has high risks, they're very invasive, can now be done in under 10 minutes, very comfortably, sitting in a massage bed at your office or at a clinic or at a Randux location. You come in and out, 15 minutes.